let's see. I'll show you the project. Um, this the world right here looks the same as last time, except for like the lamp posts. But we bought some car models. It was only $12, but we bought this pack of cars, and they're kind of realistic. So we wanted to upgrade our we wanted to upgrade the parking lot by giving it a little bit more realism. So we dropped them into our game, and then when you run it, I figured out how to iterate over every single parking lot. One second. Let's see. Unity. Here. So I iterate over the whole parking lot and fill each spot with one of the car models randomly. And so basically every single time this screen changes, it looks like a completely random, unique parking lot. So that took some time, but I figured out, yeah, I figured out how to do that with the C# code. So right now it's also switching through daytime and nighttime. So if you wait a few minutes, I think it takes about 60 seconds for a full day, but the the sun is actually continually rising and falling, kind of realistically. So that's really, I think that really adds to our realism. Um, if you just wait a few seconds, the sun will come back up. But if you look at the bottom left, we've taken 50 screenshots, and what that means is we're capturing an in-game screenshot, just like any other video game or any other program. But there's basically just a really simple C# function that captures a screenshot every single time the screen changes. Um, and then that's saved into the folder that it just selected, that it prompted me for. Um, so the sun should be coming up, but let's see. There we go. So I think that's a nice little sun effect. Um, and also we added a camera angle, so now there's 3 cameras if you look closely. And after it rotates through the 3rd camera, it switches back to the first one and then generates a brand new parking lot. So you'll see now it's like 20% full, now it's 5% full. So every three iterations it generates a new one. The only problem at the moment is that the cars aren't lined up perfectly with each spot. So we'll be working on that this week, but I think it's good enough. Um, I don't think it really matters that they're a little bit off. So yeah, I'll stop that. If I look into the folder that I selected earlier, you can see all the pictures that were saved. So the way we're doing it is we have a bin. We're calling them, I think it's called bins in TensorFlow. Basically, just we have a folder for each percentage that we want. So these are categories. So we have a category labeled as 0%, which is just parking lots that are 0 to about 2% full, just because we wanted to have a range, not just 0% and just 5%, etc. So this includes a few percentages, but basically each of these images has either a couple of cars or no cars at all. And they'll all be different times of day, and the cars are in random spots with different car models for each one. So they're all pretty unique. And that's just one folder. So if I close that, if you look at, for example, 70%, it has 70% full, roughly, for every spot, every single picture. So it's the same for all these folders, but the way that works is we can drop these folders into TensorFlow, which we'll do sometime this week, and TensorFlow can analyze all the pictures in the 100%, for example, and then it knows what a 100% full parking lot looks like, or at least that's the goal. So we still don't know for sure if this will work, but those are the folders. What else? I also worked on improving the textures, making them look a little bit more realistic. And yeah, trying to think if there's anything else to go over. Oh, I guess I can go into the code. Here's the main code. This is like just the most of our code right here, most of our customizations. We separated it from that really complicated file we had last time. I'm not sure if I showed you the code last week, but this code, well, a lot of it's self-explanatory, but right here we have an array of the cameras and the cars. So we can just choose a random car from this array, and we can switch between the cameras. And then this line prompts the user to enter or to select a folder when the program runs. That's why it's prompted me when I clicked play the first time. Let's see. I also worked on just refactoring everything and condensing this code. If you looked last time, this line was really, really long. You had to scroll all the way off the screen. So I worked on renaming our constants and making everything more condensed. But yeah, this code right here, all of this code just fills every single parking spot with a car. And then it adds that car to an array. And then once every single parking spot is full, we run remove cars, which is right here. So Nico made this function, but basically we wanted to fill every single parking spot and then be able to choose how many parking spots we want empty. So we can choose a percentage, which is randomized. I'm not sure where the randomization is. Anyway, can't remember where this is set, but basically we choose how full we want with the parking lot, and then we remove the amount of cars to make that percentage full. So if we select 100% full, we just don't remove any. We don't remove any of the cars from the array. But if we want 10% full, then we remove 90%, which is done with this line. It destroys the car model. Reset just resets the whole thing. And that's about it for this file, besides switching cameras and taking screenshots, which was the same as last time, basically. This one is the day-night controller I found online. I think this was from some YouTube channel or something, but yeah, it just has a sun object that rotates around the sky. Or maybe it's not even a sun object, it's just a light right here, a light source. And then I'm not sure how it works exactly, but basically it checks the time of day, and you can choose how long you want the days, and basically the sun just rotates accordingly, as you saw. And then the camera controller is the other one, the other customization. It just iterates over all three cameras, and we can add as many cameras as you want, and then add them to the cameras array, and then it'll just keep iterating over all of them. So we could add maybe 5 more cameras and see if that actually makes a difference or not. But yeah, looking forward, our next goal is just to really keep taking pictures, screenshots, and then see if TensorFlow can train itself on those images. We don't know for sure if TensorFlow can, so we're still looking optimistically towards that. We have actually taken about, I would say, 150,000 screenshots, which is a lot more than we thought was possible for such a short amount of time. We were able to take like 15,000 an hour or something, because I figured out how to open multiple copies of the same project and just run them all at the same time. So I was taking like 5 screenshots per second on my laptop. So yeah, we have tons of images, and Nico's working on downloading those to his computer so that he can start training TensorFlow on it. And then we'll see what happens after that. So hopefully that all works, but if not, we'll have to switch to some other game plan. But yeah, that's this week. I think that's about it, so I'll see you next time.